I'm actually posting this week. Yay! Okay, done. Sorry. I do apologize for not posting the last couple weeks. Been a little busy. Actually, I was trying to get the 2 horns that I was working on done for the semester because we just switched classes. So I'm doing woodwinds now, and I finished up the 2 trumpets I was working on, and they actually look pretty good. Like especially the one that was like a customer horn that was all busted up whenever I got it. It looks pretty good, especially considering all the damage I did to it too. Yeah, it turned out all right. So I'm happy with it. Aside from that, not a lot. I always feel bad because I never have anything to talk about. Though I did like Gandhi's video with her and Slinky in the car. I thought that was really funny because right at the beginning of the video, there's somebody that comes by and she's like going, like trying to look in the window. Like it's really funny. I thought that was amusing. So, yeah, that was funny. But I actually like hearing from Slinky too. By the way, Gandhi. I wish that she would get to. I don't know. Like your dual posts are always really fun. They're always really funny. So, I wish I could, show you my friends or something. Instead, you get this awesome white wall back here. Because the whole wall's white and there's nothing on the wall and there's nothing high enough for you to see. So, I'm sorry. I mean, I guess I could try to, do that. But then all you can see is my blanket on my bed, so no point. Oh, look, yeah, there is a little bit, going on down here. It's a cool background, yeah. So, anyway, sorry. I'm by myself. Tori's at work, yeah, she's at work, and I'm just here by myself playing flute and watching anime. Which, by the way, I apologize that all of my statuses on Facebook have been about anime, the last, 5 times I've posted. But really, I actually have went through and watched, a whole lot of stuff. And I hadn't realized, in the last, month, I know I watched all of Stargate Atlantis a while back, which is cool and all, but once I started watching anime, I actually watched, all of Full Metal Alchemist. This has only been the last week and a half maybe, but I watched all of Full Metal Alchemist, all of Mushishi, all of Fruits Basket, which by the way is probably the it's probably the girliest thing I've ever sit through and watched all the way through. It was kind of like Sailor Moon, except kind of on steroids. It was. And the storyline was just all about, how much these dudes liked this chick. It was that kind of thing. It was just so ridiculously girly. It was insane. And then, the only thing that really irritated me, actually, it wasn't even that bad because I could laugh at it and all, but the most frustrating part was the last 2 episodes came to, this climax or whatever, and it was this final, big twist or whatever. But then, it was dumb because they took them, forever they just drew out this huge thing that just wasn't relevant at all. And it was a lot of this chick walking by herself. And it was just, anyway. But, that aside, what else? I watched something else. I watched the, Full Metal Alchemist movie, too. Caught up on Supernatural, but that's not an anime. But, yeah, and I'm a little more satisfied with the ending. But anyway, Full Metal Alchemist is actually really, really good. I've really, really enjoyed watching it. Me and Bobo are watching it together now because he hasn't seen it. And he actually likes it, and he doesn't like anime at all. So that should say something about how the storyline is. And I've actually really enjoyed it. I think it's a very interesting world, very interesting concept. And I think that it's one of those shows, or one of those animes that does a really good job of making the people feel real. And that's always what I want. I like for things to feel real. He's actually immature because he's 15. Usually you have these 15-year-olds running around doing crazy crap, and they're all whatever, mature and all. And at least in this case, he acts immature about a lot of stuff. So give that credit anyway. Since I'm not even going there, I've had this conversation with like a whole bunch of people, and there's no reason for me to go into it again. But either way, it was good. I've become a fan, which is interesting because I haven't been that much of a fan of an anime in a long time. So I think like Gundam Wing was the last one I was a really big fan of. So there you go. Fun facts about me. As far as seeing anybody do anything funny, I actually haven't really. Though someone's shop apron did get caught in the buffing machine last week, and it actually, like, because we or most of us have cut our aprons, like cut through the seam, so that like if something did happen and it did get caught in the machine, it'll rip off. And he had Velcro and buttons on his, and it did. It totally just ripped it off and like took it into the machine and got it all wrapped up in the machine and stuff. And he had a hard time with the that's been a big ongoing joke about how much of a hard time he's had with the buffers, but he was okay, so that's good. Because I also got told a story about how this girl at the first place that Greg worked at, she got her buffing glove stuck in the machine, and it took her hand and like just twisted her wrist around and stuff. And apparently the reason he had to ask about that story was there was a blood stain on the wall. And he finally asked about it, and that was the story he got, you know, so whatever. But yeah, so it's dangerous. Big machines, dangerous. That's my fun fact for you this week. But anyway, I feel like I should have something else to talk about. Like, I'm pretty sure something else happened. I haven't done much. I don't do anything. I sit around and watch TV all day. Like, that's been my life. It's very sad existence. So, if you're ever on AIM or anything, you're very welcome to talk to me because I'm here and I'm usually not hanging out with anybody. We actually have break though this weekend. So starting tomorrow, we have tomorrow and Friday off. So we have our fall break this weekend, and it's great. I'm super excited because that means I'm gonna lay around and do nothing, for the next few days. Some people have actually begun the process of partying all 4 days, and I'm not into that. I can't do that. Like, I'm poor, so that's not happening. Aside from that, and I'm gonna get to clean my flute. I'm so excited. I'm gonna take it to class and polish it up because it looks like crap. Like, here, I'll even show it to you. Look, check. Let's see. What was the part I was looking at? Like this. I don't know. Can you see it? Can you see how nasty like the keys are right here? Oh, look how gross that is. It's not even silver. The whole instrument isn't even silver. It's like blackish. The whole thing. Like, look at these keys, look how dirty those keys are. And it's not necessarily a reflection. Like, this one is really bad, that one's really bad. Like, you see them, see all that black in there? It's gross. So, I'm going to take my flute, clean it out. And we got to throw flutes around. That was fun. And clarinets. Like, we were sitting in class, and I don't know what we were talking about, but my teacher just picked up, like, a plastic clarinet and just threw it. He just chucked it right down the middle of the room, and it like clattered all over the floor. Wait, no, it wasn't a clarinet. Yep, that was a flute. My bad. But like he just put the flute, just threw it, and it flew like end over end, and then hit the ground and bent it all up, and it was awesome. So destruction, we like that. Apparently, like our class is very destructive, and apparently I am too, since I bent my trumpet in half. I don't know if I say anything about that, but I totally was trying to straighten the bell and bent the. Yeah, I did. I think I remember doing this number, but I totally bent the bell. Like, it was bad. But it's been fun overall. I've really enjoyed it, and I think I'm actually good at it, so that's good. I'm amazing at I've gotten really good at dent work, and I've gotten really good at buffing and all that stuff. Cleaning's not hard. Like, that's all, repeating things. But yeah, and I've got to watch people. We use the magnets. We have huge magnets. Like, they're like this big and like that thick, and they're on a stick. And you take them and you put like a metal ball. Like, I don't know if y'all have ever seen Melody do this, but you put the ball into the instrument and then you put the magnet on it. And you pull the ball up, and that's how you get like dents out of like euphoniums and tubas and stuff in the pipe, larger pipes and stuff. And it was awesome because like, we got two of them stuck together, and they were, like, the same size, and we couldn't get them apart. Like, all the guys were like, and we were just trying to get them apart. It took two people. Like, whenever, because the first person that did it, like, I went over there, and I was trying to, like, peel it off the side, and that didn't work. So, like, it took me and him both to get them apart, and it was awesome. Magnets are awesome. So, and by the way, somebody needs to get Darkly to post, because he needs to do that. Like, I miss his commentary on everything. But, anyway, aside from that, I think I'm done with my, fanatic excitement about cool things that I get to see, and I dropped my microphone. Okay. I'm trying to think if I saw anything else. We melted some brass. That was pretty cool. I don't know if I did that last week or the week before, but, like, he just took this piece. He was like, I was making the brass soft so I could bend it, because I'd hardened it up to the point where it wasn't going to bend anymore. And right before I did it, he was like, okay, look, you can't just leave it on there, though. This is what'll happen. And he picked up a junk piece of brass and held it up and just put a torch to it, and it just melted. Like, it was great. Like, I mean, it took a few minutes, but, like, once it got red, it just went, and just melted. It was cool. Yeah, cool stuff. And we got to see the ultrasonic cleaner. That was also cool. But yeah, aside from that, there's not a whole lot. Like, I wish I had more to talk about. That's always, like, this stupid geeky tech stuff. And I've proved myself to be even more of a geek. And, I remember something else. Okay, apparently I have had an eventful week. It's a very nerdy eventful week, but it's been eventful. One of my friends is putting together a zombie apocalypse D&D game. Because apparently D&D has modern rules. I didn't think they did. But they have modern rules, they have guns and weapon specs and stuff like that for, like, modern settings, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna do a apocalypse kind of D&D setting, which will be pretty sweet. At least I'm hoping it'll be pretty sweet. But we won't get to do that for a while because he just now got all the stuff. And I have a friend that has like 4 gigs worth. He has every D&D book that's been released. Like, it's ridiculous. 4 gigs worth of D&D books on his computer. Like, it's ridiculous. So, but anyway, yeah, it's been super nerd week. Like, suddenly I figured out that there's a lot of nerds, in my class. So, that's always good. Because I found the one dude that plays Warhammer. I think there's only one guy that plays Warhammer, and we've been thinking about playing. But we'll have to see about that. Because I want to get my models first. Because I kind of want to finish those. I haven't got to work on them since I left. So, but anyway, I guess I'm going to let you go, because I want to go practice some more, which apparently you can hear me practicing, like, down the road, because, when, Flobo was walking back earlier, she came in and she was like, were you practicing flute? And I was like, yeah. She's like, I could hear you walking, like, all the way back to the apartment. And I was like, well, that's great. So, that's kind of awkward, knowing that people can hear me practice, but anyway, I will let you guys go, and I will see you next week for sure.